Hello children, are you sitting comfortably? I love to read. I know you love to read too. Let's read this together. It's called Chapatti Moon. Mrs. Kapoor was hungry. So she decided to cook up a feast. She chopped chilies and garlic and onion and tomatoes. She pounded spices and tore coriander. She cut up aubergines and cauliflower, potatoes and carrots. She podded peas and wilted spinach. She scooped yoghurt and poured coconut milk. Mrs. Kapoor heated pans and melted ghee. She sizzled and stirred and simmered and sprinkled to make dosas, masalas, pakoras, samosas and chutneys. All steaming, all creaming and bubbling and smelling. Wonderful, said Mrs. Kapoor. She put the food into pots and onto plates with spoons and pickle prongs and a pile of napkins all on her hostess trolley. Then Mrs. Kapoor made chapatis. She mixed flour and water and shaped the dough into a ball. She rolled a chapati flat and round, then put it in a big hot pan where it began to puff and crisp and turn wonderfully golden. Perfect, said Mrs. Kapoor. But as she took the chapati out of the pan, honk! Mrs. Kapoor jumped with surprise, tossing the chapati onto the floor, where it rolled over and over and out of the door. Come back, chapati! Shouted Mrs. Kapoor. She chased the chapati and so did some more. Meow, squeak, woof, woof, squeak, honk. The chapati went rolling off down the road. I'm going to catch it, said Mrs. Kapoor. She tried to snatch it, but a boy, thinking it was a ball, kicked the chapati over a wall where a quick girl caught it and threw it to a man who said, "That's not a frisbee." Then both of them ran after the chapati, which came down to land in the marketplace, where it went, bouncing and tripping and jumping and slipping and bumping and tipping and spinning. Mrs. Kapoor was about to catch it when a goat gave a butt that biffed it down the hill. It was racing away again until... "I'll ride my trolley," said Mrs. Kapoor, and off she went over lumps and bumps. Lumpety, bumpety, rattle and roll. She was catching up with the chapati at last, when a donkey hee-haw and gave a great big kick. Hee-haw! Up rose the chapati into the sky, where it glowed like a luminous lantern, or a chapatti moon, said Mrs. Kapoor. Let's all share a moonlit picnic. So, in the creamy cool light of the chapatti moon, they danced and laughed and ate, and soon they slumped into slumber. All except our very good friend Mrs. Kapoor, who was still awake and still hungry, until she saw her chapatti moon slip-sliding down the sky. She held out her hands and she caught it. "I shall eat the moon," said Mrs. Kapoor. It was just enough. She wanted no more, and it did taste wonderfully moony. Good night, Mrs. Kapoor. Honk, honk, squeak, squeak, meh, meow, hee haw.